first off, I want to say thank you for your time today, man. I watched Dust Bunny a couple of nights ago, and you're brilliant in it. You have a lovely mustache. And I want to say, I love these sorts of like dark children fairy tales, Little Monsters, The Witches, Coraline, stuff like that. Right up my alley. So I thought this was a lot of fun. To get
People
going,
don't
though.
make movies like that anymore, dude. I really think it's important. Like, I miss everything from Labyrinth to City of Lost Children. Like, who's making those films? And I'm so grateful that the world has Brian Fuller.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. It's one of my favorite genres that I feel like it's so untapped, so underserved. And I just think I like things that like let children, that they're not hokey and cheesy, that there's a little bit of, they allow children to be scared. Because I think that children can handle a lot more than we think they can. And some of my favorite memories as a child, like I said, I threw back The Witch's Labyrinth is a great example. I love stuff like that was like safe, but scary at the same time.
Yep. I think, creating a space where kids can go to the movies and actually get challenged a little bit is important too. This is a movie that's not for kids. I mean, it's for kids, but I definitely is a movie. If you're an adult, you gotta go see this movie. It's so badass.
I agree. To get going, before we jump into the Dust Bunny conversation, though, I really want to talk to you about your time management skills, which I am in awe of. I mean, when you're someone who's acting in big movies, you're juggling several comic books and hosting your own wildly successful podcast, Grave Conversations, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way. How do you keep from feeling just overwhelmed? Like, do you worry about spreading yourself so thin that some of these areas aren't getting the best version of you?
Always. I mean, that's one of my biggest fears, which is why I'm so grateful that I work with the people that I work with. I have Good Fiend Films, which is currently just a 4-person team that's very strong, but I'm able to delegate a lot of the responsibility. I used to work from a place of kind of, and I didn't just work, I lived in a place that was pretty compulsively controlling about everything and needing to be on top of every email and CC'd on everything and every conversation. And I've worked very hard to know that I'm surrounded by people who I could trust to fulfill and execute the vision of whatever it is that we're working on. So like stepping back, letting people, collaboratively take the reins on things has been such a gift to me. And I have, like I said, I'm just surrounded by an amazing manager team that I work with now, amazing PR team that I work with now. Like everyone's in like sync, in a flow, and they support and believe in the vision of what it is that I'm trying to do. So I'm really grateful and lucky, but there are times when I'm like, I have to start every day with my routine to get myself centered, to get me like totally present. And then I look at my daily routine, my daily itinerary, and I'm always like, okay, it's going to be a big day, but it's worth it, man. I'm just some
if you don't mind me asking, what does that routine look like for you in the morning to sort of center yourself?
I wake up and I'm 80% mornings. I very rarely wake up like, hey, here we go. I wake up riddled with anxiety. Some stuff that doesn't even make sense. Once I actually get conscious, like stuff that I'd be stressed out about, that like some stuff that does, some is just my daily life, personal relationships, the world that we're living in, etc. There's things I just wake up and I just feel so nervous and scared. So I get out my phone and I have a little checklist that is saved in my photos. I do it when I wake up and I do it before I go to sleep. But the checklist includes things like gratitude, making a list of the things I'm going to do to be of service to others, the things I'm going to do to be of service to myself. I say a couple of prayers that really help center me, meditation, get out of bed, and I get right on the floor and I do yoga. That helps me a lot, like stretching. I carry a lot of tension in my body and it helps just like get blood flowing. Then I usually, if I'm with my kids when I'm in LA, like half of the time. So I'm making breakfast, getting them to school, doing that stuff, which gets you out of yourself. Then I like to go for a long walk. I usually hop on a meeting in the morning and get to like unload whatever I need to unload. And then I'm ready to go. I used to resent that. I'd be like, this is such bull crap. Like, why does it take me 2 hours a day to just be level enough to be like a functioning normal human being? But I stopped resenting it and I just accepted like that's part of who I am. And if that is what helps, then that's what I'm willing to do.
I love that. I also do the stretching, but I never thought about, I'm a slave to my checklist. So putting something like gratitude on there or, just as that's something that I might actually start like putting on my checklist just to kind of help me get through my stuff. So man, thanks very much for that. Now for Dust Bunny, you play an assassin only known as the conspicuously inconspicuous man. Tell me, besides the teeny tiny little mustache, what's the secret sauce for making oneself conspicuously inconspicuous?
The world that Brian Fuller built, like the world of Dust Bunny, when people get to see this film, it's so luscious and it's so gorgeous, like the actual city, when you see the characters moving through the way that world looks, that there is a stylistic kind of brilliance and brightness to everything. So I wanted to move and look as stylistically ambiguous as possible. I mean, just like his name says, I wanted to be the guy that could be standing on the train and he just looks like another accountant going downtown to crunch numbers. I wanted to be the guy that's in the park walking the dog that you just go, that guy probably has the most boring life in the world. And truthfully, underneath the surface is a accomplished, I don't even know if I call him a hitman. I feel like he's a cleaner. I feel like he's somebody that takes care of whatever his operatives need him to take care of, and his bosses. Now, often that includes killing people, taking people out, and he's a master assassin, but he has compassion. And that's something you don't often see in characters like this, which is, again, the brilliance of Brian writing this. When you see this film and you see the first confrontation that I get to have with them in the Chinese restaurant, I could end it all right there. But it's like, there's a kid here. Let's do this the right way. Let's spare her, because the people I work for, the rest of the way that I got to perform as him.
That scene is so good too. I love that scene, man. Such a well done scene. Having played Polka Dot Man in the DCU and then writing for Creature Commandos, have you toyed around with the idea of writing a Dust Bunny comic book?
You know what? I have thought about it. It's been a long time. I think that's a brilliant idea.
The world is right there. I mean, it's right there.
I'm going to get on the phone today with Brian, and I'm going to say, Brian, we need to do the Dust Bunny graphic novel. I think that's actually like really, because the world exists beyond.
Yeah.
Like, what is the world of, Mads' character, for say, like that precedes this experience? What happens after this film? Because unfortunately, not a lot of people make it out of this world, but there's always hope. So like, what is this, and what kind of monsters live under our beds,
Well, also, I mean, even your character, I like, even that is a title of its own spinoff, just the conspicuously inconspicuous man. It's just such a great title that I'm like, who doesn't want to know more about that guy? I, for one, also would love to see a Dust Bunny Count Crowley crossover. So I want to know, how do you think Crowley would fare in the world of Dust Bunny?
She would kick ass. She would kick ass because she knows that monsters are real. So she would be ready to like go and figure out how to, because the problem with the grown-ups in the world of Dust Bunny is that none of them are willing to listen or believe until it's too late. And that's often true in real life. I think a lot of people aren't willing to listen. They listen, but they don't hear. And that's something I'm working on. I'm trying to like not just listen to people, but actually to hear people, and then to hopefully imbue some form of empathy. Empathy isn't something we're all just born with. It actually takes lived in experience. It takes practice. It takes a yearning for it, as we see in the world around us right now. It probably would be easier to exist without it. So I think Jerry Bartman, Count Crowley, would like listen and would actually get down there and like figure out what weapons and what tools she needs to be able to destroy a Dust Bunny.
I love that. Now, I know this next part's going to seem like a shameless self-plug, but please indulge me because I've got a point. Hit me. So my first ever comic, I Saw Santa, I just got this like 2 days ago, man. And I just, flipping through it, Dude, it's
Chris,
so
I know
cool.
all about I Saw Santa. Like, I've been excited to get my hands on I Saw Santa. I think it's such an original, twisted, awesome idea, dude.
Oh, thank
I
you,
need to
man.
get a copy.
Thank you. But just give me your address when we're done recording. I'll be happy to send you one myself.
Great.
Dude, but flipping through it in that tactile way, like, as we did when we were kids, it's just an indescribable feeling. And I want to know, what was your first experience doing that for your first comic? And does that feeling wear off with each additional book that you publish?
It never wears off, Chris.
Dude, that's awesome.
It gets better because I think my work gets better. And sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I don't execute things as well as I wish that I had or could. But if I look at the diagram from a distance, I can see the progress in my skill as a writer. I think I've become a better writer. I've also partnered with some amazing writing partners and editors who've helped improve my game a lot. And artists. The artists really helped me grow as a writer. But holy shit, man. I grew up going to a place called Clint's Comics in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget walking into Clint's Comics in Kansas City and seeing that they had put an entire wall of Count Crowley #1 on the wall. And there was a line of people down the block that I had grown up with and that knew me from Kansas City that had come to get their copy signed. And I got to hold that book in my hands and I was like, doesn't get much better than that, man.
Dude, that's wild. I'm doing my first signing next Wednesday, is when the book drops, and I'm just like, I'm just been over the moon, just
Where?
cloud nine. I'm in Chattanooga, so I'm doing it at a comic shop here in Chattanooga.
Hey, let's put this out here together. You ready?
Okay.
One of the most important scripts I've ever written to me, a very personal horror film that I have been working to get made for a very long time. I am manifesting right now. In 2026, we are shooting it in Chattanooga. My director lives in Chattanooga. I talk every day to a group of people about how we're going to pull off making this film in Chattanooga, Tennessee. You're going to come visit us on set and do an interview. I'm seeing it, man. I'm manifesting this. You're going to come to set. It's a role unlike anything I've gotten to play before. The actress that we have right now cast in the lead is incredible. The monster work that we're doing is insane. That's all I can say about it right now. But I tell you, dude, Chattanooga, the fact that you just said that,
Yeah.
We'll do a signing together at the.
We got to work together in the future. We're gonna do it, man. This is great. I've always loved your work, and that's so exciting. I can't wait for you to. I'll show you around. I'll take you to Rock City, man. We'll go do some stuff. I'm almost out of time. I can't. I mean, I feel like I had dozens of questions for you, and there's no chance we're gonna get through all of them. So I'm gonna pick and choose. First, we didn't get to talk about Through, which I do want to talk about.
Can I plug Through for you really quick?
Yes. Please give me the elevator pitch.
Yeah, so imagine the worlds of, Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth with Alice in Wonderland from Lewis Carroll and even Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz, but set in modern day Chicago. A young woman who discovers a world that's been crafted and built entirely for her, and she has no idea why. She has no understanding of this man that crafted this entire space. And it all started in his little ramshackle apartment in Chicago, and somehow he was able to manifest and create a little portal through to another world that is supposed to be her safe space, is supposed to be her escape from the pain of the world. But as we know, those don't really exist. They're within ourselves. And if we retreat within ourselves and we go and hide within ourselves, we're going to have to battle all kinds of big, crazy monsters and go on crazy adventures. But like the way out, really the only way out, if you're feeling the kind of pain that I know all of us have felt in our lives and our inability to ask other people for help, the only way out is to actually go through it. And so this is deeply personal to me. It wrestles with a lot of the big ideas that I think about when it comes to psychology and stuff that I've struggled with. But at the end of the day, I also think it's hopefully for people a transformative, transporting kind of mystery wrapped up in a fantastical world. And I've never written anything like it. And I don't know, man. I'm so like, it's like my baby is out in the world as of right now. People can order it at Z2 Comics. It'll be in retail stores in March. But right now it's only available through pre-orders and through ordering. And I'm getting tagged in Instagram posts from people who are getting their book. And it's like, they tag me when they get it. Now I'm like, are they going to tag me when they finish it? Are they going to like it? But I have no control over that, man. I have complete, like it's gone now. It's out of my hands. We'll see.
I'll tag you when I finish it. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have anything nice to say, that's okay. You could just be like, David, you made a book. But hopefully, you.
No, I've been excited ever since I heard about it. It sounds amazing. Yeah, it sounds like something that I'm really going to be into. Last question for you, and then I'll let you go because I know that you're up all night. Now that you've had several titles starting to come out, which of your books would you most want to see adapted in live action?
Count Crowley.
Yeah.
Followed very closely by Knights versus Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
Followed very closely. Actually, it's like horses in a race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some days I wake up and I'm like, how can I make Knights versus Samurai? It would be the coolest show. I want to be like Shogun meets Game of Thrones meets Dungeons and Dragons, meets Excalibur. I want all that. But then there's certain days I'm like, oh my God, Jerry Bartman would be the most awesome show. I would tune in every week to see her shit show go down. I'm working on this book with Leah Kilpatrick, who's one of my longest running writing partners, called The Accessories, about the great monsters and their henchmen, and all the henchmen basically flee and form their own team. That one, as I'm writing it, and as as I'm getting scripts from Leah, and then I'm working on scripts, every time I see a new one, I'm like, this would make a kick-ass show. So we'll see. I don't know, Chris. It's hard, but yeah, that was a long answer.
No. It's perfect, man. Thank you so much for your time. I always love getting to talk with you. And Chattanooga next year, we're putting it out
it's happening
into the ether. It's there. It's already been said.
Scoggins is a brilliant director who lives in Chattanooga, and she's also a musician and an artist. And I can't wait to see what she makes, man. It's going to be this movie going to flip people's heads.